without the skin on them.
I will be showing Kyra the object over on this and we are ready for Kyber. So that's all he seemed to want to choose yesterday. It's one strategy dolphins can use. If they stick with the same object and choose it every single time, they're still going to get the answer right 50% of the time. Not the strategy we want Kyber focusing on before he learned the correct match. There it is. Good boy, buddy. Very good. After we do approximately 36 trials with any two objects, we will change the objects as well. We have literally 100 different objects that we compare together to see if Kyber can learn this task of matching. Sticking to triangles, we are ready for Kyber. Once we feel that Kyber fully understands the task of matching, we will add additional objects. Let's make it a little more challenging to prove he is in fact matching. There you go, bud. He made a mistake on that one. So we're just going to call him right over here. Show him that object again. Did you take another look at that, buddy? There you go. While we are still in the training phase, we'll do that quite often. The more times that Kyber sees the correct match, hopefully the sooner he will understand that that is the task that we are asking him to do. And we are ready for Kyber. On his way down. Now some of you may notice that there's another dolphin in here with Kyber. Actually, the seas is home to 4 dolphins. Let's see how he does on this one. Here's the dolphin that is with Kyber at the moment. We're doing that same one over again. And we're ready for Kyber. Already knows how to match. That's why he's not participating in this project right now. The 2 younger boys, Malabar and Calvin, are in one of the back pools working with one of their other trainers right now. Kyber, I am very impressed with you today. He seems to be on a roll. Wendy, is there any type of side bias today? Not so far? Great. I am also still helping out Kyber possibly by looking at where the correct object is. So Wendy, we're going to let you start calling the correct answer. See how that goes. Does that work for you? Yep. All right, we are ready for Kyber. So Wendy is not going to be able to see. Actually, she will know what object we're showing, but I'm not going to be able to know which place the correct object is in. He's on his way over to see you.
Triangle.
No, that was wrong. We'll try that one again. We'll try that again, buddy. Right there. Good boy, Kyber. Right on upstairs. So what do you think is happening when Kyber's upstairs? That's right, he's being positively reinforced. And there's many ways we can reinforce our dolphins. Food is a wonderful reinforcer. We can also give them a nice rub down. We can offer them one of their favorite food, or even ask them to do another behavior they enjoy. We are ready for Kyber. Triangle. Those of you that are just joining us, you're watching one of our matching sessions with one of our dolphins right now. I almost look. Triangle. Good boy, Kyber. Very nice. And Wendy, what number are we on right now, please?
8.
We are on number 8. I think we're going to do 2 more trials. Kyber is doing a fantastic matching job for us right now. And the correct object right now would be triangle. And we are ready for Kyber.
Trials ready for Kyber.
So we'll do 2 more trials with Kyber. Everybody keep your fingers crossed and let's give this guy a nice big round of applause if he gets it right. There you go. There you go. Not quite. That's okay, buddy. Let's try it again. Oh, there's something more interesting upstairs. There you go. Maybe we just needed a little bit of air. Where's that at? Wow. Oh, you didn't see that? I'll try again. You know what, Wendy? It's not Kyber. What's that, bud? did. I'm going to have to talk with Dave after this session. We'll try that again. No wonder he wasn't quite sure on that one. There you go, bud. There you go. And we are ready for our last trial, maybe not. Are we all set up for our last trial meeting?
Yes.
Triangle? Which one? Donut. We are ready for Tiger. So ladies and gentlemen, this will be our last trial with Tiger right now. That is a Tiger race down here. Kyber asked the video what his name was. It's K-H-Y-B-E-R. There you go, bud. Where's that at? So ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our session this afternoon. If anyone has any further questions, my name is Kathy. I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by.
Okay, I'd like to reject
Now, if you're looking for sharks, you want to look down because they tend to hang out toward the bottom. Stingrays, some of them will be down at the bottom and some will be up in the water column. Sea turtles, of course, they get air, so they're going to start at the bottom and they're going to come up for air periodically. So you want to make sure you keep your eyes open for that as well. And what else are we watching here with those fins? The diver, right? So you catching fish? Figuring it out? How many different kinds there are? Another great look at a sea turtle right there. Two of them, that's a green, those are green sea turtles, by the way. You may also see a loggerhead sea turtle.
I don't have any more. They're all Now, the
around those clams. And so she drops the clam shells, and she spits out sometimes a little bit of morsels, and those pork fish, which are those yellow guys with the black stripes, they follow her along as well as the blue runner that are following her. So yeah, she's kind of helping out there. And there are two spotted gophers in the environment. One is quite a bit bigger than the other. The larger one is the female, and that is very typical of sharks and rays. The females are usually bigger. So a little bit different than you might expect. Now all the little fish you see just kind of massing here in front of the window, most of them are called grunts. They make a little grunty noise, and there's all different types of grunts. There's blue striped grunts and French grunts. This kind of grumpy looking fish you see just passing right in front of our diver, that's a crevalle jack. And there are many, many different kinds of jacks. Look down jacks and blue runner is a type of jack. You may be familiar even with skipjack tuna, which is kind of a similar thing. Now we feed our fish about 2 times a day. We feed them in the morning. We also feed them in the evening, right around now 3:30. They may also get fed from the surface. Some of the larger fish get fed chunks of fish from the surface. And our aquarium team, which are the divers you see in the water, they get here about 6 o'clock in the morning to prepare all the fish, all the food for our fish. Now one thing you will not see us feeding during the fish feed are our sharks. Can anyone guess why we don't feed sharks during the fish feed? Yeah, that makes sense.
They eat none of the fish.
Well, they might get confused, right? We don't want them to be confused about what's appropriate to eat in our environment and what's not. So we also don't want them feeding them when we have divers in the water and guests at the window, because we don't want our sharks associating people with food. This is a favorite we do for our divers. So what we do is our sharks are trained. They're actually conditioned to come to the surface and feed. We feed them very often, which for a shark is about 3 times a week. Now that may not sound like enough for a shark, but in the wild, sharks don't eat very often. So even though they have a reputation like voracious eaters, in the wild they might eat once a week, once a month. Food is few and far between in the ocean for some sharks. So feeding them 3 times a week makes sure that they're never hungry, kind of reduce their predatory behavior. They don't go looking for snacks in the environment. Speaking of sharks, if you look straight back from our diver, you'll see one of our sand tiger sharks. It's a little bit of a slow-moving shark. It's about 10 feet long. It's got 2 small dorsal fins. It's way back, actually, now traveling behind this coral head. There are 2 sand tigers in the environment. If you look straight down, you'll see a sandbar shark. That's a smaller shark, about 4 to 6 feet. And you can also keep your eyes peeled for our black-nosed shark. Ooh, sea turtle coming right up to the surface. Notice them coming up and gulping air. Remember, sea turtles are reptiles. They do have to get to the surface for air. Now, one problem that sea turtles sometimes have is they get caught in fishing nets, in shrimp trolling nets and things like that. If they can't get to the surface, they risk drowning because they need air to breathe. But the cool thing is, in the United States, we made a rule where shrimp trollers have to have a device in their fishing net called a TED, which basically means turtle excluder device. And it's like a little trap door that the net has. If the turtle gets caught in it, it can escape, and all the shrimp still go to the bottom of the net. Where are the fish going? Oh, there they are. That's nice.
Oh my God.
So this is where you get to play a great game called Find the Disney Diver. If you lose the diver, just look for the bubbles. This is also known as our broadcast feed. And it's a great opportunity for you to see some of the fish that don't normally come right up to the window, like these Atlantic spadefish, the little sergeant majors, which are these black ones with the gray stripes. Now the purpose of a broadcast feed, as you can probably tell, is to feed the schooling fish. So what the diver is doing is spreading a mixture of food. She's got like shrimp and krill, vitamin cubes, frozen peas, little pieces of clam, those gels that you might also use to feed fish at home. And she's spreading that mixture through the environment. It's not so different from how you might feed fish at home if you sprinkle food on top of the water. But here we've got 5.7 million gallons of water. So we can't just sprinkle it on top, we gotta go all the way through and spread it around. Now you may also see divers descending to the bottom with bags full of lettuce. Mesh bags filled with romaine lettuce. And those are anchored to the bottom where the schooling fish can feed off of those as well. Now our sea turtles do eat romaine lettuce. And she could